Hey guys! Holy crap! It has been forever and we are long overdue for an update, a talk, everything. My hair is a wreck. I'm kind of a little scatterbrained right now, so I apologize, but I have been meaning to make this vlog for ages. And I have attempted to do it like 2 or 3 times in the past, and they both kind of came out like shit, so I just never used them. So we're just going to do it like this, and then whatever happens, it is what it is. First a drink, because there's going to be a lot of talking. And get comfy. So, this is my living room. I will prepare my lap because I'm sure Cooper will want to join me. And I will try to time myself because I don't know how long my battery will last. So it might die in the middle of this, hopefully not. I'll try not to ramble too insanely long. But this vlog is going to be a lot. So if you don't like hearing my voice for a half hour, then by all means you can just leave and I won't hate you for it. Everything will be okay. This is actually too warm. So, the last time that I updated anybody was back in February or March, and I gave everybody kind of a health update on what was going on with me. And then I just kind of vanished from Vlog City, the vlog central of my YouTube channel. And while I have been around, I've been streaming, I've been doing stuff, I've been making posts, I've been on social media, I've kind of, sort of, kind of been updating people on what's been going on, but I haven't really officially broke it down, so we're gonna break it down. Not dance style, but like break it down. So, start with my health, which a bunch of people have been asking me. What the hell is going on? Am I okay? Am I dying? Is everything fixed? So the giant collective summary answer is no. You know, I'm not 100% all right. I'm not cured. Nothing is really figured out, like, permanently to the point where, like, we can overcome it. And it's still an ordeal, which is why I think I had a hard time coming back on camera and kind of saying that. I think because the last vlog I made, I was as informative as I could be to kind of give people some hope, like, hey, I've had this problem for years, and they finally figured out what it was, and I'm finally going to get fixed for it. And that didn't happen. So I didn't know how to come back and say that. And in my mind, when I am set in my ways, or I believe in some kind of false hope or promise that, you know, something will finally get to the bottom of and we will overcome it and it doesn't work out the way that anybody anticipated, including myself, then I kind of tend to turn into a hermit, hole up, and then not really talk about it and not really show face, and it's not healthy, but that's the way it's done, unfortunately. And yeah, so the best summary answer is everything that I talked about in the last health update video with my thyroid and PCOS and all this other shit is still the same. The problem that they've had is that my body is not responding to certain treatments and stuff like they hoped. Like, you can take a basic person and put them on a diet or give them a pill, and 9 out of 10 times it will work for them. It didn't really work for me. It kind of half worked, or like a third of the way worked, and then there was a lot of setbacks, and then we went back to square one, and then they didn't know what to do. So here we are in November, and every time I walk into that office and see my doctor, I swear she sighs because she's just like, I don't fucking know what to do with you anymore. So in the beginning, they were, you know, doing blood work and ultrasounds and all kinds of stuff because My ovaries had some pretty heavy cysts that they were trying to figure out, like, what they were and what extent, like how dangerous they were, or like potentially like much of a problem they'd be. And, you know, gave me some suggestions of like better things I could eat and better things that I could do, which I did to an extent. And she even like understood. She's just like, I get you're a human being, and like nobody's perfect, and nobody eats 100% right, and nobody exercises every single day, but she's like, at least do something, at least try to take some part and then see how it works. So that was, you know, early spring, and I was doing it to the best of my abilities for several weeks. And at one point I got to like losing about 10-15 pounds, which was great. And that was just with like some slight exercise. Like I would, on my lunch, I'd go for walks, or like I would do DDR with John. I started Beat Saber with John. I just started to kind of do something to move and kind of, you know, get my heart pumping, some kind of cardio workout thing. And then I started changing some foods that we used to eat. I started eating more gluten-free stuff, you know, trying to cut back a lot on like fast food and like all the other shit that's not good for you. Like, you know, not as much desserts or cakes or cookies, or, you know, not too much stuff with sugar, not trying to have too much stuff with dairy. You know, it was a lot. Like, it wasn't the perfect thing, like the perfect diet that I was doing, but it was, to the best of my abilities, it was a good start. And then in May, we kind of got a really big workout. We were cleaning out the basement, so I was running up and down stairs. I was taking stuff out, throwing it to the curb, putting it in the car, driving it, you know, whatever. And then shortly after that moment, I had the scariest thing happen to me. I was at work, and I went to the bathroom. I came back from the bathroom, and I started feeling this radiating pain that went from like not my stomach, but below the stomach, like below the belly button, that started and then just kind of wrapped around to the side, to my hips, all the way to the back. And it was weird. It was kind of like a burning sensation that just started, like someone just kind of like blew up something inside me. And the pain went from 0 to about 11 in like 30 seconds. And I have no idea what happened, but I wasn't sure what was going to happen. I didn't know. I'm like, am I sick? Am I going to be sick? Because I started to feel nauseous. So I went back to the bathroom, and then I'm like, you know, do I have to go to the bathroom again? Am I going to puke? I have no idea. And after just sitting there for like a good minute, well, it might have been longer than a minute, but then I started to get sweats, and then I started to feel shaky, and I almost passed out in the bathroom, like almost blacked out. And when I finally gained enough strength after that scary episode to leave the bathroom, my one coworker saw me, and she's like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" Like, I was white as a ghost, and I had no idea what happened to me. I just I had to tell everybody what was happening to me at work, because everyone thought I was dying or I was going to die. So then I was rushed to the emergency room, called my doctor on the way. The doctor ordered a script to have an emergency ultrasound taken, the internal one. And, you know, I won't go into detail on what happened and how much of a fucking experience that was, but they lost the script. So when I went there, nobody knew why I was there, and it was a whole runaround, but I finally got it done like 3.5 hours later. And after being at the emergency room at a hospital that I'm not used to going to, it was like the hospital that's like 30 miles away from home and closer to where I work, they had nothing on my record of like anything that happened to me, so it was really inconvenient, but they didn't find anything. The only thing that the doctor said could have been an issue, but he's like, I don't understand why the pain would have been associated with it, was he said that there was fluid in my fallopian tube on the, I think it was the right side, I believe, because that was where the pain was. And what that basically means is that your fallopian tube, which connects like your ovaries to your uterus, and it's like this vital component for like pregnancy and passing eggs down and like all that stuff, was infected, essentially. So it's like, how the fuck does that get infected? And also, how do I not have it infected? Because they can't just simply give you an antibiotic and be like, oh, you have an infected tube, here you go. They don't do that. So they sent me home with pain meds, and then they gave me instructions for like stomach aches and stuff, which was kind of a slap in the face, because I'm like, I know this isn't a stomach issue. Like, I can tell the difference between something in my stomach hurting and something in my uterus hurting. But they never figured out what happened. I definitely almost blacked out from something. Even my doctor, my actual doctor, looked over the results and she couldn't find anything noting that would have been wrong. You know, the ultrasound that they performed at this other hospital wasn't really detailed. It didn't really show any kind of growths or stuff on my uterus. They didn't really go into detail on what was happening. So it was kind of a fluke. It's like, hey, you almost died and we don't know why, but have a good day. And that was in June. So then after that, I was paranoid. I was, you know, afraid to like go somewhere too far alone or like work out or do stuff, because I didn't know what caused the problem. I still don't know what caused the problem. The doctors don't know what caused the problem, so I didn't want to go back and potentially trigger something to cause the problem again, and then this time have it be worse. I was like paranoid. So everything I did, like if I went for a walk, I didn't walk very far, or like I told people where I was. I brought my phone with me to the bathroom every single time in case something happened. I'm still slightly paranoid because I don't know to this day what happened. And ever since that occasion, I still get dull aches and like sometimes like a stinging sensation either on my right or my left side, like where my ovaries are. And I don't know why. I don't know why. But it's now just something that happens. It's like, oh, hello, you're there. Okay. Oh, you coming? You wanna curl up, Mr. Coop? Come on, bud. Come on, curl up. It's story time. Come on. No, don't go under the blanket. Just come on top. It's nice. Come on. People want to see you. They haven't seen you on camera in such a long time. They see pictures of you all the time, but they don't see you on camera. He's going to play this game where he's like, I want to lay on your lap. I don't want to lay on your lap. He won't. Cooper, it's 65 degrees in the house. You don't need to be under the blanket. Come on, buddy. There you go. There you go. Good boy. My health issues have kind of came to a standstill, not really helping as much. My thyroid levels have kind of evened out through, you know, supplements and medication. They're kind of okay, but they're still bad, but they're like normal bad, I guess. And my estrogen and my progesterone levels were wonky. So for a good chunk of time over the late spring and early summer, I was experiencing mood swings equivalent of what pregnant women go through. And if anyone has any experience how hormonal pregnant women get, then you understand my pain. So basically they would flip-flop. Sometimes one level would be too high, one level would be too low, and then they get the other low and the other one would go high. So it was always flopping. And after suffering with that pretty much all summer, just recently they decided to put me on progesterone. So I am taking progesterone on top of estrogen. So I'm well, it's called Estrodim. I think that's what it's called appropriately. So I'm taking that with the progesterone. So the progesterone's like a mini pill. It's kind of like a mini birth control pill. So they're seeing how that works. And so far, I mean, I don't know as far as blood work results how it's doing, but it seems to be stopping the extensive bleeding issues that I've been having, where I would just bleed all the time, every day, every time. Like I'd sneeze and it would be like The Shining with the blood coming out of the elevator. It would just be like everywhere. And I'm like, great, awesome. So that's where my health is. As far as everything else, Cooper's doing really well. He'll be going to the vet probably in a month for his updated shots and checkup. Dolly gave us a scare in the springtime. She had a UTI, so I had to rush her and all that stuff because she couldn't pee, and it was really sad to see her in pain. And John has been having some minor issues as well since he had hernia surgery last year, and just something never healed right, I guess, or like something never went back to normal after his surgery. And doctors don't even know what the heck's going on with him either. So between the two of us in this house, there's something wrong with both of us, and no doctor knows why. Like we are just not textbook patients, I guess. Like there's no like, you have exactly this issue. Like I still have multiple cysts that grow and that come and go, which is kind of normal, but they like to keep an eye on the size to make sure it's not too much. It's crazy. Oh, I did also go, finally I went to the endocrinologist in September. Finally went, and this was supposed to be the nail in the coffin, because my doctor was convinced that something was going on with my pituitary gland, that the endocrinologist would have to like send me for like an MRI and like actually see brain patterns and like whatever to see what was going on. So this was going to be like, this is it, this is the moment that I've been waiting for. And instead I go to the endocrinologist, and he looks at me and he looks at my, you know, results, all the paperwork and stuff I brought in, listens to me talk for a while, and then he just opens up and says, "You don't have PCOS, you're fat." And I was just like, excuse me? Like, not that I'm in denial of being fat, like I know I'm overweight, like that doesn't hurt me, but I was just dumbfounded by the fact that this guy dismissed everything that 2 doctors have diagnosed me with and just said, "You're just fat and you need to lose weight and then you'll be cured." And I'm like, while I agree with that statement slightly, I don't think the cure-all is weight loss. I think if I'm having issues and pain and like damn near episodes of blacking out, I don't think being skinny is going to change that. Like, just realistically stating, like, does weight loss help? Absolutely. I'm sure it helps with a lot of things, but I don't think this cures a situation, because women who are thinner than me can still have my problem. You know what I mean? So that was a bust. And even going back and telling my other doctors about that, they were just like, wow, what a dick. So, but go figure, my current doctors who are trying to help me with like all of my ovary issues and all my feminine problems are women. And this endocrinologist was a guy that was just like, "You're fat." It's like, okay, whatever, dude. Like, yes, I am, but that's not a diagnosis. So that was really super awkward. So that's pretty much where my health is right now. So today I have off. It is a Wednesday in the middle of the week, and it's really lovely. And I just ran around. I did a bunch of errands, and now I'm just sitting at home talking to you guys and petting Cooper and just cuddling and relaxing. It's so nice. For once in my life, I have actually taken the time. I have put in time off requests every single week to the end of the year, so that way I can get away from work for just a brief moment and breathe. And this is day 1 of potentially 10 days. I have 7 scheduled, but it is so nice. Oh, I forgot how nice it is to have just like a day off. And not a day off to do things as much as it's like a day off to just exist. You know what I mean? So that's the long update that I had been putting off forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. So this year was pretty hard in that, because I was always going back and forth to doctors. In total so far, I think I had 5 or 6 ultrasounds. I've been to the gynecologist specialist for like I think I visited her maybe like 8 or 9 times already. I've had probably about 6 or 7 rounds of blood work. I just had one done this morning, so that might be an additional one, or that might be included in 7. But other than that, I've just been just going to work, coming home, sometimes streaming, and going to bed. So this year has just flown by. I feel like yesterday was February and today's November. And that also includes everything that happened in the middle with like us cleaning the basement and getting stuff like situated. Our friends got married in October, so we had to go to a wedding, and like that was an extensive process because it was a very large wedding and John was a part of it. But yeah, other than that, I'm here. I definitely didn't do as much as I wanted to this year. I didn't get a new job. I applied for a bunch of places and I didn't hear back from anything. But I am also kicking around the idea, I don't know if I want to continue being in graphic design. And that's something that I'm really going to have to like list out and figure out. Only because I've been trying for the past couple of years to get like another job in my field. And I say my field loosely because I don't have a degree in my field. I've just been lucky up to this point. And now it's getting really hard for people like me to continue to be in their field, per se. Because I have a degree in video game design and I'm a graphic artist. Like, I'm a graphic design manager. So, you know, presenting that lack of, you know, official bachelor degree education is not flying by in this day and age in 2019 like it used to years ago, where people were just like, yeah, we'll take a chance and we'll train you and all that shit. But like today, they want you from the get-go to be perfect. They want you to know everything and do everything right from the start. And when you apply for jobs online now, they require you to take an exam, a lot of them do. So you have to take all these like textbook style exams and they time you. So it just, I don't know, it doesn't make me feel good about the art industry. And there's a lot of artists in this area. So it's just kind of, I don't know. I've been kicking around, you know, do I want to start my own business? Do I want to continue being in graphic design? Do I want to do something different? But then if I want to do something different, what do I want to do? You know, I know what I don't want to do. I don't want to go back to retail for any means. But I'm not sure, you know, because I've been working so hard for the past like 7 years, I want to say, to get into like where I am now, but it doesn't pay anymore, so that's a problem. But now I'm just rambling. But so yeah, it's been a crazy year, and there's still a lot that I want to do, and there's still a lot that needs to be done, and I'm kind of trying to remain hopeful in the new year that we can just kind of start over in 2020 and everything can be much better than it is right now, and I can get a much better start and, you know, seriously just do something to try to take care of myself better, because it seems like doctors aren't really going to help me anymore. So I guess I have to bite the bullet and just try something, and then if, you know, something goes south and I end up blacking out again, then, you know, hopefully at that point maybe somebody will figure out what's going on with me. You know, maybe it's not the ovaries after all, but nobody knows. You know? You just found my string, didn't you? Did you find my string? Oh boy. Oh boy, poop. Oh, there you go. You got it. Good boy. Yeah, you got it. You know how many times he sat on my lap and he just discovered that I have a string? What are you doing? What are you doing? It's attached to mommy. You can't take it. You'll try though, won't you? Are you having fun? Is it your turn to be in the limelight now? Is that what's happening? Don't eat it. Why are you eating it? You're being weird and eating things you're not supposed to. You're a little child, you know that? He's like, I fucking want that, Mom. He's like, I will have it. I'm going to hide it now. Look at that. Now what? Now what are you gonna do? He's like, it's still sticking out at the top. I'll get it. I love you, buddy. I do plan on vlogging more from now to the end of the year since I have time off. So I'm going to... Don't chew my zipper! Okay, now you're just looking for attention. You're getting it, bud. You're getting it. It's okay. So I plan on making a couple, well, more than a couple, probably at least one a week if I can. Just kind of like updates and stuff and just vlogging again because I miss vlogging. I'm thinking for the next vlog, I'm thinking of doing one about like all of the facts and information and stuff about Cooper and Dolly. So if you guys want to see that, let me know and I'll make it. If not, then I will do something different. But I have some plans in the works. I know that people have been requesting and asking me if I could do some kind of podcast because I like to talk, as you can see. So I don't know how or when or like, you know, what I would exactly call it. People gave me a bunch of names. I'm not sure. But I would like to try something or like maybe just have like a little skit before I stream every week, you know, to kind of set aside to talk about stuff. Just random things, like whatever's on our minds, and maybe like have some guests on the show. And I call it a show, like it's gonna be like Saturday Night Live or something, but it's, you know, it's not really a show. You know what I mean. So that might be something we could start for like 2020. And there's a lot of other things I want to do. I want to finish games I've started, and I want to do a lot. Channel trailers, and for some reason it stopped recording, but I was going to wrap this up anyway. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next vlog. So let me know what you think about everything I talked about below, and see you guys next time. Have a good one, and bye-bye.